Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to do the poem entitled The Road Not Taken. Okay, it's a very famous poem. You might have heard it before too. And you can see the photo of the poet there. Can you guess the photo? Can you guess the name of the poet by looking at the photo? Okay, he is Robert Frost. Okay, so Robert Frost is an American poet. He was born in California in 1847 and he died in 1963. Okay, he has written many famous poems, and his poems are very famous because these poems deal with the rural life, the way people live in the village. In this poem, The Road Not Taken, which is very famous, liked by many people, read by many thousands, millions of people, this mainly describes the state of confusion. State of confusion we have when we are making decision in our life, right? So we have lots of choices in our life, we have lots of things to do in our life, and there are so many situations in which we are confused. We need to make decision because we need to choose the option, one option, and move forward. So this is what we do in the poem The Road Not Taken. You can see the picture. You can see the word there, dilemma. What do you mean by dilemma? You can guess the meaning of the word dilemma by looking at the picture there. There are two roads which have branched away, and there is a very big question in between that. Why? Because we are in confusion. We don't know which one to take. We don't know which road to take. So that's why we are in the state of confusion. So dilemma means state of confusion. This is what we deal with in this very poem. Just like that, you have the roads. We can see two roads. This brings confusion in our life. We need to make decision which road to take. That's why this poem is about decision making. We may have confusions, we may have dilemma in our life, and we need to make decision. We need to take one road. This is the decision that we make. And while making decision, we need to make the right decision. Sometimes when we make wrong decision, then this may not lead us to our aim, goal. That's why we need to be always careful about making decision so that we may be led to the right path. Now, the frequently asked questions which you can answer by looking at the title of the poem is, what is the title of the poem? It's very easy. The title of the poem is The Road Not Taken, or you can write in very short sentence, that is, it is the road not taken. Or the same question can be asked in another way. What is the poem entitled? You can write the poem is entitled The Road Not Taken. So many students write the poem is entitled as, so you don't write as there. Or you can also write it is entitled The Road Not Taken. And the very easy question that you all know by looking at the picture, we have already discussed about the background of the poet. Who has composed the poem? So Robert Frost has composed the poem. Now you can see the title of the poem, and I would like you to listen to the poem which is read by the poet himself. Okay, I expect you listen and enjoy. Now you must have listened to the poem, you must have enjoyed the poem, because the poem is read by the poet himself. What does the poem talk about? You may guess, you may know. The poem talks about confusion. The poem talks about dilemma that we have in our life. Confusion and dilemma in human life. And when there are confusions, when there are dilemma, because we have many choices, but we need to make decision in our life. When we make the right decision in the right time, this very single right decision can transform our life. So make the right decision in your life. But before you make decisions, you may have lots of choices. These choices may create a lot of confusion, dilemma. Don't worry. Take time, but take the right decision. Now let me read the first stanza. Okay, before I read the first stanza, you can see the words which are rhyming. You can see would, stood, could rhyming with each other. The poems are written in the rhyming pattern most of the time. Okay, both, undergrowth, these are the rhyming words. Two roads diverged in a yellowed, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down at one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. See, the speaker is a traveler here. The speaker is traveling through a forest, yellow forest. Yellow forest means this is the fall time, this is the autumn time, winter season. Okay, you may not understand the meaning of wood and diverged and some of other words here. So diverged means branched away, separated. Okay, wood here means forest. Bent means curved, that is not straight. Undergrowth means mass of bushes or shrubs. Now let's talk about what these lines mean. The speaker is the traveler. He is traveling through the road, through the forest, the yellow forest, that is, and there are roads which are diverged. And the speaker is in confusion, which road to take, because he cannot take the both roads, right? So as a traveler, he stood, he looked down the both roads. He looked down one of them and he found it. He looked at it very closely and he found some shrubs, bushes far away. He was examining the road because he is in confusion, he is in dilemma, he has to take decision. Let's go for the second stanza. You can see the rhyming words there. Now I assume you understand the rhyming words. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted where, though as for that the passing there had won them really about the same. See the lines? Do you understand? Do you have any difficult words there? Okay, please find the difficult words. Let's see the difficult words and their meanings. Fair. What's the meaning of fair? Fair means good. Fair means better. Perhaps means maybe. When we are not very sure about something, then we say perhaps. Perhaps I shall be meeting her today, but I am not sure. And claim. Claim means option. Claim means choice. Grassy is full of grass. There are grass. Something unused. Okay, fresh. Wanted where. Wanted where means the field, maybe the grass that is not walked over by anyone. One is trodden, walked on, walked over. Okay. Now let's talk about what these lines mean. He closely examined the first road and he took the other. He did not take the first one. He took the other road because he found that the other road is as good as the first one. And he chose this. He just felt that it is a better option for him. Okay. So in our life also, we have many choices, 2 choices, maybe 3 choices, maybe 4 choices. We examine, we ponder, we think about that, and then we take the better option there. So the same way the poet has also taken the better option as the other road. It was grassy, he liked it, and it was not trodden, it was not walked on by many people, right? So as he moved, he found both roads similar. Sometimes the choices are similar and we are more confused. So that's why he found these both of the roads very similar, same. So this has the implication, this has the meaning in our life. We have many choices which are very similar. Sometimes people want to be doctor, some people or they want to be engineer. They can't take any decision because both of them similar, they take it. But later they just decide one because they think that that is the better option. So options may be similar, options may be entertaining, options may also be challenging, they may also have difficulties. Next stanza we are going to talk about is, and both that morning equally lay, in lips no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Look, the difficult words. What are the difficult words? So it has more difficult words. You can see trodden is walked on, walked over. Doubted means become confused. You became confused. Okay, you don't know what to do. Doubted. So in the morning he just took the other road and he found both roads equally similar because it was the morning time and the leaves were not trodden, people had not walked. Okay, they were not trodden black, they were fresh. The grasses had not turned black, they were still fresh, they were still green. Okay, so that's why the speaker would take another road next time. He has already made decision to take the other road. He can't come back. But he just thought that, okay, I would take the next road, the first road next time. And he also would not come back, but he would move ahead. So he is very determined that he has already taken the decision, and this road may lead him to many difficulties, but he is going to face the challenge, but is not going to come back. So that's why in our life also we take one decision, we go further and we can't come back because this does not do good in our life. So that's why let's take time for making decision, but after we make decision we should not come back. This is the implication, this is the meaning of the lines. The last one is, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So what words do you feel difficult? Sigh. Sigh is deep breath. Deep breath. Okay? When you take deep breath, we sigh. Hence means from now on. Less traveled by means the road traveled by very few people. And now the poet is talking about the future. In his future, the speaker would tell about his past with a deep sigh, his experience of making decision. Okay, once I was traveling, I saw two roads diverged. I was standing in front of that and I was confused. But what I did, I made a choice, I made a decision. I made a different decision because I chose the different way. I chose the way that other people had not traveled before. So I chose the less traveled road. And because of my choice towards the less traveled road, I have become what I am now today. So that's why whatever decision we make in our past may have lots of impact in our future life. This is what the poet wants to talk about. So that's why the main theme, the main idea of the poem is we have lots of confusion, dilemma in our life. We have many choices. We need to make right decision in the right time. And after we take decision, we should not come back. Okay. So this is what we mean by the lines in the poem. Now, okay, dear students, we have finished the poem. Now we move on to the exercise. Let's do the vocabulary exercise that is given in your book. This is a matching exercise, so you can see the words given there. You can also find all these things in your book. You see the words diverged, wood, undergrowth, claim, sigh, trodden, right? Bent and hence. So what is diverse? Diverse means branched away. We have already discussed in the poem too. Wood means forest. Okay. Undergrowth means shrubs, a mass of bushes. Claim means, here in the book demand is given. This is the real meaning of claim, but the contextual meaning in the poem is choice. Sigh is a deep and long breath. Trodden, walked on. Bent means carved, and hence means from now on. Okay, so I think you can do very easily, because while doing the poem also we discussed the meaning of these words. Let's move on to the question answer. Some of the questions we are just trying to do. Who composed the poem? This is the question we have already done. Let's see, who is the speaker in the poem? Who is speaking in the poem? Who is talking in the poem? Who is telling the poem? There is a traveler who is telling the poem. So that's why a traveler is the speaker in the poem. You can write. Where is the speaker standing in this poem? Where is he standing? He is standing in front of the diverged roads. Two roads. Okay. Why does he stop there for a long time? Why? What do you think? He stops there for a long time because he cannot make decision about which road to take. He is thinking, right? So these are the questions, and you can find more questions in your book also. So you can try these questions and the answers at home. Now let's do the fill in the blanks there. You can see the words given there. There are 8 words which are given, but there are 9 blanks. Okay, so one word is repeated. So could you please do it? So you see the less travel road, roads, decision, difference, speaker, choices, dilemma, and difficult. These words you have to use in the blank, in the right place. And after you use all these words in the right place, this makes the summary of a poem. Summary of the poem. Okay, you see the poem is about a, just you think, that is dilemma that the speaker has faced. He has choices between 2 roads. We are talking about roads in the poem. He compares both the roads. It takes a long time to take the final decision. Okay, he does not make decision very quickly. So it's difficult for him. It's difficult for him to make decision. Finally, what does he do? He chooses the less traveled road. That has made a difference in his life. So this is how you can complete this exercise. You just try for other questions also, other exercises, so that you can understand, you can have more understanding about the poem. So this is much for today. Thank you very much.